you hear me? Okay. So, good afternoon. Thank you for coming back from lunch. Hope you enjoyed it. I'm really pleased to be here with you. I'm pleased to be in IMS, to be in India. And I will give you a short presentation about AudioCodes, what we do in AudioCodes, and how this can help you as CIOs and technology experts in India. So first of all, my name is Yariv Golan Atir. I'm VP Sales for India, for parts of EMEA, for ANZ. Let me give you a brief introduction about who is AudioCodes. Maybe not all of you are familiar. So AudioCodes is a market leader in voice over IP network elements for the last more than 25 years. I had the privilege of being with the company for the last 20 years, so I know a bit about the company. We provide network elements regardless of any solution that you would like to have in the organization or in a service provider. You can work with AudioCodes solutions. We are deployed in more than 100 countries, and we are working with or installed in many of the Fortune 100 companies around the world. The operation is global. We are known for a strong brand in quality, voice quality and performance. This is mainly due to the fact that we control the entire technology from the DSP level, where we have started the business like 26, 27 years ago with developing algorithm for voice compression, all the way up from A to Z. All the technology resides inside AudioCodes. It's not a big company, but we are very capable in this field. We have global partnerships. We are actually basing our operation upon partnerships in terms of unified communication partners, source switch partners, and also integration partners and telco service providers. That's how we get to the market. We are public since 1999, traded in NASDAQ, headquarters in Israel, where I am based off, and we have offices here in Gurgaon, Mumbai, and Bangalore. So that's more or less about who are we. So we are about voice. AudioCodes is about voice, and I think you will all agree with me that voice is the most fundamental means of communication between human beings, and it's going to stay like that. Although we are in the information era and we like to text, and there's a lot of data and talks about data, fundamentally we are still creatures who like to talk, who like to listen. There is much more in the spoken word than the text itself in terms of the vocabulary you use, the note that you use, and the way you say things. So definitely fundamental for human interaction. It's going to stay this way, but also very, very much powerful form of communication in the organization. So any organization, if you need to do something, you need to really provide a message or deliver a message, you do it with talking. I have my personal rule is that every time I have more than 3 times email goes back and forth, that's enough. Now I have to pick up the phone, or even better, I go to the person and speak with him, because this is where you close the things. That's where actually your intention is properly understood. Think about all the information and all the collaboration that happens in meeting rooms or even in occasional conversations. It's a very vital part of any organization. It's going to stay this way. So let's not forget about it. Although we all like to talk about data, voice is still fundamental and it's going to stay. So where voice over IP or voice meets the enterprise, as CIOs, what do you have to take into consideration when collaborating voice into the organization? First of all, for most productivity and collaboration as a means of communication, we need to see how we integrate the collaboration tools to enable high performance and robust voice and very advanced solutions around voice. We'll touch that in a moment. Customer experience. Your customers need to call you, talk with you, get answers from you. You want to reach them. Fundamentally, it can be done over voice, and it's done over voice. And we have to make sure this works properly. Cloud. Voice as an application has to move to the cloud. That's a requirement for every CIO and any organization. And we also comply with that and enable that. That drives, of course, operational efficiency and cost reduction in the organization operating expenses. Multi-vendor, multi-site networks. Each almost every large organization has multi-sites and multi-branch. Each one of those branches or those sites can have a different technology for voice. How do you incorporate everything together? I think that very much relates to the second topic of the next topic of the panel, the upcoming panel after this session, and I will relate to this as well. Finally, let's not forget our internal customers, our employees, how we are actually providing them good experience to collaborate, get the information they need, to share information, how we enable them to be mobile and work from home, work from the road. You know, this is a main requirement today for all organizations in the modern industry. So, about unified communication and collaboration. AudioCodes, as I said before, we are relying on partners who provide solution, and we provide all the surrounding solutions of voice over IP to enable voice into those solutions. Very important partner of ours is Microsoft. We've been working with Microsoft for the last almost a decade. Since the very initial days, they actually started to develop and deploy voice over IP. So we're working with their teams from the OCS, Link, Sky for Business, and now Teams world. By the way, how many in this audience are already deploying or thinking to deploy Microsoft Teams, or already been experienced with that? How many are deploying any kind of UC solution in the organizations? More or less the same number. Okay, that says something. So, but these are not the only partner we work with. We also recently started to partner with Zoom. It's a very exciting company coming to the market from video now to voice. We enable all the voice connectivity and the voice enablement to their solution. And another example is Amazon. Amazon, we all know the Amazon solutions. Amazon Chimes is a voice enabling solution for Amazon, and another partner of ours. But there's a long list of partners, some of them global, some of them local, that we work with, enabling the actual connectivity to the real world. For example, how do you make a phone call into a Skype for Business or Teams conference from an external line, from a PSTN call, from a remote site? All these things have to be taken care of, and that's what we do. Now, the byproduct of that we enjoy, for Microsoft and Amazon, as an example, have their own cloud-based marketplaces. We already integrated into those, so US CIOs can go and do the purchasing and download our software for the session border controller, for example, or any other application from those marketplaces, making our solution ready for the cloud, as I mentioned before. So that was about unified communication. Now, let's talk about the organization itself, maybe deep dive a bit inside. We divide the organization or the enterprise to the me space and the we space. The me space is your desk. We provide solution for that, but I want to focus on the we space for now. First of all, you need high quality devices, which are should be used in the conference calls, in the meeting areas, we are actually partnering for this with a company which we all know named Dolby. Dolby is known for its high performance. We are basing our technology on their technology. It's a very good cooperation with them. Now let's talk about what happens before the meeting. We need to make sure this facility of voice interaction in the organization works properly. It's robust. It can work anytime that it's being used, and all the connections and links regarding voice connectivity will be enabled and performing well. So for that we created the One Voice Operations Center, or in short, OVOC, which is a management solution that allows you to monitor the entire voice network of any organization, multi-site, multi-branch, global, local, doesn't matter, with hundreds and maybe thousands of endpoints. So this is something that to make sure that everything will work and be ready for this interaction to happen in a robust way. Now, what happens after the meeting? That's even maybe more interesting, and that's something new that we bring to the market. Think of that usually when you have a meeting, let's say I'm meeting with 4 or 5 people and 2 people join from remote. We talk, we decide something, someone maybe is writing the action items, maybe. Usually all the information during those meetings is getting lost, it's not recorded, it's not saved anywhere and cannot be retrieved afterwards. That's something we want to change. We want to relate to voice information the same way you relate to your emails or to your PDF files or to your summaries or your internal communication, which should be searchable. So first of all, we created this tool which is called Meeting Insights. It gives you, first of all, recording of the session itself, which may be the chat, the voice, the presentation, but it also gets you an online real-time narration of the entire meeting, so you can actually search afterwards who said what. There is also speaker recognition, so you know who said what. So you can afterwards search what did Yariv say on this meeting about the business in India. It will give you the result for the entire meetings that were held in the last month, for example. So this, we think it's a big breakthrough in the way that organization will be able to use the data and share the data which is done inside the organization through voice collaboration. One other thing is you can also extract action items. So finally after the meeting you will have automatically distributed in the organization all the action items of the meeting with access to all the information. And that's, I think today we have some kind of preliminary solution for that, but we are only starting the road because we are going to employ here voice AI technology. And that may be something new to many of you. You know, we are talking about in this event about AI maybe 5,000 times this word said, but voice AI is our aspect or our angle to this technology. So we actually optimize AI to voice applications. And I will give you another example for that. Chatbots, very popular technology, starting to gain a lot of momentum right now. But Gartner say that 25% of the customer engagements will be automized, will be virtualized over chatbots. Now, it's a huge amount. Think of that just in India, the size of the contact center industry, 25% of that to be moved from human engagement to automatic engagement, I think it's outstanding number. I think it will have also some, economic and social implication, which we are still not yet to understand. But nevertheless, we think that voice, as said, is a fundamental way of communicating. Do we really expect our customer to have good customer experience with texting us, with texting a chatbot? We want to change this. So we want to enable voice into those chatbots. So we actually, as I said here, let your bot do the talking. So what is more natural than for you to talk with a bot in a human voice, in your own voice, and get a reply in a human voice. So we have the technology now to do that, and we're starting to develop that. And I'll give you another example. There is, I'm calling a bank. I have like 5 layers of IVR, dial this for that, dial this for that. It's exhausting. Many people just don't continue to the end of the process, and you lose customers on the way. What happens is you'll be able to say, I want to check what is my credit on my credit card for last month. In your own words, as if you were speaking with the person. And this will flatten the IVR completely, and you'll get directly to the right place. So having this kind of conversation with bots is something that we would like to have, and that's something we are bringing to the market already. So just to give you maybe a deeper dive here, is that we are able to connect any kind of communication channel into the organization, whether it be a contact center, or it's going to be your internal communication, or a WebRTC from your website, to any kind of bot infrastructure, or that you will use, maybe it be Amazon, Microsoft, Google, or any other vendor that you would like to choose in the cloud or on-prem. Our solution actually connects the two in an agnostic way. So select your bot infrastructure, select your channel of engagement, and we'll get those connected over voice. So that's, I think, something that can be very interesting in order to improve customer experience and customer communication. Now, there are a few challenges around it. I think that what we have learned in enabling voice AI, first of all, is that I can share with you our experience. First of all, there is no one bot fits all. Bots have to be practiced and trained and dedicated to a specific context area. So I think that's something that we learn every day, and depends on how well you define the scope of work, and then you get the bot trained again and again on the same context area, and then it will improve. Another thing is that how you make the division between automatic response or a bot response and a human response. Is the regular things going to be automatically and the experts will remain the human response, or vice versa? Sometimes you want, we have one customer who is having a bot listening to all the human interactions and taking away the more complex cases and directing them to someone else. So this can be played, and that's a very important point to think about when designing your system. So this is about the voice AI gateway. Now, last thing, relating to the next subject of the panel. How do we make all these good things happen? How do we really do the migration from your current infrastructure to your new infrastructure, which is IP or voice over IP based? Now, we all know the term software-defined networks. We bring a flavor of that, software-defined voice networks. There are specific considerations to take care when you do this migration. 1 minute. When we do this migration, you have on top all those wonderful UC collaboration, contact center, cloud solution. On the bottom here, you have this area is all the existing solution in your sites. You may have organization of 50 sites, each one with different PBX. We provide the layer of management, configuration, and provisioning and monitoring in the voice quality to allow this bridge. There's a lot to say about that, no time now. What I'd like to say is, first of all, just to remind you that we are talking about unified communication, contact centers, software-defined voice networks, and the enabling of voice AI into your infrastructure for advanced collaboration solutions. All of this we can discuss in much more details. These are my contact. You're also welcome to our hall number 2, booth 221. We are here today, and we'll be happy to talk with you. So, as I said again, voice is the most fundamental communication mean. So let's start talking. We'll be happy to see you in our booth, and afterwards contact us. We'll be happy to be at your service. Thank you.